Right. I think we should start anyway. Others can join us. I don't like to waste people's time. So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, everyone. My name is Dr. Adetukumbo Ajibola. I want to first congratulate you for showing up today. Obviously, you've taken the first step, you've registered, you are here. This is not just a class. For me, this is the beginning of a career transformation that has already changed over 5,000 lives around the world. Yeah. I've spent the last 25 years of my life working across global industries, ranging from banking to telecoms, life sciences, government, energy, retail, investment banking, asset management, solving some of the most complex data challenges that all of these organizations faced, and which a lot of organizations continue to face as well around the world. I have held several senior leadership roles, including serving as the Chief Data Officer in Saudi Arabia, where I led a national level data governance, data quality, and AI governance program for the government of Saudi Arabia and their regulatory uh, bodies. Obviously, my work has taken me across the UK, Europe, Middle East, Africa, North America, building governance frameworks, modernizing data quality, shaping AI governance, and empowering organizations to make decisions using trusted and reliable data. Now, along the way, I have also been honored with multiple recognitions, but for me, three of them stand out. Firstly, Outstanding Leadership Award at the CXO conference in Dubai last year, the Nelson Mandela Leadership Award of Excellence and Integrity by the ECOWAS Council, and the Distinguished Award of Excellence in Data Management and Advocacy. So, obviously, for my work as a data evangelist, it's been recognized. These awards are not, for me, they are not about titles. Basically, they represent the global impact of data done right and lives transformed when people gain skills to step into uh, different industries with confidence. Obviously, after spending the last 25 years working in the industry, I am now the founder and the CEO of Berkeley Data Strategist, the global data management consultancy, education and recruitment staff augmentation organization. Of course, we have become the home of AI, data strategy, data governance, data management, governance learning to many people around the world, not just individuals, corporate organizations as well. Earlier this year, I was in Nigeria for 2 weeks to deliver the same course that I'm asking you to take to the data team at First Bank Nigeria, the oldest bank in Nigeria. Through Berkeley Data Strategist, I've already transformed and mentored over 5,000 people, as I mentioned earlier on, into these data management roles that I will show you tonight, and then we can discuss it. Many of whom now are leading these initiatives, but they came to me without any prior tech background, right? So obviously, I've helped them to transition into these high-paying roles across UK, US, Canada, UAE, Nigeria, of course. I think I've invited one of the guys who recently moved back from the UK to Nigeria. Is now secured a role back in Nigeria. Saudi Arabia, obviously, Kuwait, Qatar, Sweden, Australia. I think, we've covered so many countries that even I cannot remember. Our alumni are now, they are not just analysts. We have people who are heads of, they are senior managers as well, who are leading from the strategic level. So the knowledge that we're going to give you is not just entry level and then you stay there. We prepare you so that you can rise through the rank. Yeah. Today I'm here obviously to give you the same roadmap, which I hope that you will tap into, to show you why data management and AI are exploding globally, and then to show you how people like you are securing high-paying roles without writing any single line of code, and why, of course, your background is not a limitation, but an advantage as long as you've been on the surface of the earth, as far as I'm concerned. you must have done something that is related to data management, making decisions. Yeah. Your data and AI career breakthrough for me starts right now, and I'm honored to guide you on this journey. So that's who I am, and that is, what my organization is about. Most people have been lied to about tech careers. They've been told that coding is the only way in. That is simply absolutely not true. I can tell you, I cannot write a single line of code. I've been in tech sector for more than 25 years. Yeah. Companies do not lack coders. There are too many of them. Yeah. What they lack is people who understand data, who understand how businesses make decisions and why they need good quality data. People who understand governance, quality, AI, and all the other modules as prescribed by the Data Management Association, which we deliver here, which I'm also going to show you this evening. Tech is not about code. Tech is about solving problems. The moment you see it that way, then obviously there's room. There's even more room for people who are able to solve problems rather than coding. Yeah. And the biggest problem companies face today, obviously, is chaos around their data. It's not around their codes. That's where you come in. Yeah. You don't need to code to succeed in tech. Most high-paying roles in data management are business focused, solving problem, strategy focused. Putting in good quality data, governance. AI can rely um, on nothing else but good quality data, not on code. Yeah. If you put bad data into artificial intelligence, you will get artificial stupidity. Right. So you can code it well, and then you put data in it, and data is bad, of course, it's going to be bad. That's why your background is not a limitation, it's an advantage. Yeah. Let me show you some stats, which obviously they're not something that I made up myself. I've made references, of course, as a data management professional. And one of Truecaller, you always have to reference where you're getting stats from. So the details are there, they're not mine. I just want to use them to, to try and pass my message on, right? So listen carefully. Over 90% of organizations, they say poor data is destroying their analytics and AI performance. So now you get a lot of data scientists, coders, everything, they code everything. But really, what organizations are complaining about is poor quality data. The coders are coding right, but they are pumping bad data into it. Customer records are missing, email, telephone number, they're not consistent. Some in one place, somebody is a mister, another system, they're a doctor. I'm sure many companies that have my data have this data quality issue now. Because I'm sure, obviously, when I got my doctorate, a lot of them probably have not really changed it. They still, so in one system, you might call me Mr. Another place might be doctor, for example. That's the problem, right? It's not about code. And over 70% of AI failures are due to lack of governance and quality. So this has made the demand increase by about 400%. But the problem is, so the demand is rising for qualified talents, people who can help them harness this data and make it of good quality is almost impossible to find. This is why the opportunity is so massive, right? Companies now, they are hiring globally, remote roles, sponsorship roles. This evening, I've invited some people, of course, who have taken the course, they follow the roadmap, they secure sponsorship roles, they share their experience with you as well. Relocation opportunities. I've had so many people take the course, they relocate to Canada, they go to the US, Dubai, Qatar, Kuwait, because they simply cannot find people with this skill. And if you also look very closely on the stats that you are looking at, right, there is a, projection. And of course, these are, organizations that are trusted around the world. It is predicted, right, between now and 2034 to have the data management market size is predicted to increase. Once that stays from 38 billion to 234 billion US dollar. I mean, that is that is fantastic. And then the other one also is there. The figure is similar. So you can see that really, the market here is not one that is saturated. And if you think about AI, of course, it will never be saturated. Yeah. So again, I think I've been able to show you what the global impact is, the projections around the world. Let me now show you some career paths, right? When I say there's no coding, so what am I saying? Where are the roles that I'm saying that you can then take, right? These are real high-paying, globally in demand roles. All of them you do with no single line of code. You got the data governance analyst, manager, quality specialist manager as well. You have the metadata catalog specialist or manager, AI governance. You have data stewards. There's a lot of MDM roles outside there, which I'll show you tonight. There's data strategy consultancy roles that you can take, privacy, compliance, officers, analyst managers as well. These roles, they exist today, and employers cannot fill them fast, right? Your diverse background that you have is an advantage. It doesn't disqualify you. Many of you are lawyers, you studied engineering, uh, some of you have studied mathematics, some of you have never been to school before, but you've been running businesses. I spoke to a gentleman this evening who told me that all he has done all his life is to run a family business, back home, selling spare parts. So he hasn't done anything. He has no background. I laughed. Then I told him that, well, as far as I'm concerned, what you have been doing is not different from somebody who has been working for Jaguar Land Rover or Toyota, selling spare parts, right? I asked him in his company that he ran before he came to UK, did they have staff? He said yes. I said that's HR function. I said, did you have suppliers? He said yes. I said, so that's another function. I said, do you have customers? He said yes. I said, that's another function. I said, did you have products? He said yes. Right? So we will bring it out for you. We will show you how to bring this out. Of course, after 25 years, I have seen it. I have done it. So it's easy for me to help you dissect and then show you exactly where you fit in, and position you, for leadership roles as well. In terms of salary, again, these are nothing that I've made up myself. I'm going to show you something later on as well to see that I've not made a lot of these figures myself. I mean, look at these numbers. In the UK, between 55K and 95K. The US, between 90K and 260K. Canada, very similar, 75K to 180K. In Europe, it's about 55 euros to 120 euros. UAE, that is tax-free, 20K to 45K per month, right? These salaries are real, and I'm going to show you again tonight as well. They are for non-coding roles. These are not for coders. People just like you, teachers, nurses, administrators, accountants, retail workers, right? Social workers, everyone from different walks of lives have already moved into these roles. They've doubled or tripled their income, right? This can be your reality too. So the only thing that is standing between you and this kind of roles, this kind of salary, is the 8 weeks that you will spend on the training. Now, so that's what I'm saying, that the roles you can take and what you can earn. So how are you going to earn it? Of course, you're going to learn from someone, but coming to Berkeley data strategists, you're not going to be learning from theory. You're learning from someone who has built everything that I'm going to show you for FTSE 100 organizations, governments, banks, telecoms, life sciences companies worldwide. Right? Again, think about it. Over 5,000 people have gone through this roadmap, right? We've secured sponsorship roles, as I mentioned earlier on, remote roles, global promotions. They can do it. Of course, you can do it. They don't have to X. The only difference is they followed the roadmap. Now, let me show you the curriculum. When I talk about data management, I talk about where the demand is, talking about following the roadmap as prescribed by the industry body, the Data Management Association. So the certification that they give, about 14,000 people now in the world have this certificate. So if you think about it, I can't remember whether it's 6 billion or 9 people in the world. But even if it's 6 billion, 14,000 people only have this certificate. So this is not just another piece of paper. So when someone tells you that, oh, certificate, yes, you don't need the certificate to get a job, but you need the gold standard behind you. It makes a difference when you go for interviews or when you want to then get a promotion, right? So of course it's good to have it. We'll take you through it. You take certification. Somebody took theirs today, they got 74%. They had no technical background before they came. So I will encourage you, of course, when you join us to take this certification, right? CDMP is the gold standard certification for data management worldwide, right? It boosts your credibility instantly. It strengthens obviously your visa applications. A lot of people now, a lot of my mentees now are beginning to apply for the global talent visa, right? Of course, it supports that. I'm willing to obviously give you, a recommendation. Of course, if you've gone through the roadmap, you've done all the project work that we give you as well. It sets you apart, basically, in a competitive market. But remember, the market is not competitive now, but at some point, it's going to become competitive. So if you have the piece of paper on your hand, and then obviously when the market then become competitive, I cannot predict the future, so I don't know what's going to happen. But of course, if you have the certificate, then obviously it will set you apart. But remember, certification alone is not enough. So I'm not saying that just come, get a piece of paper, and that's it. No. For me, it's about the certification, the practical experience, you build your portfolio, then you become unstoppable. Then you can then build your unstoppable career growth instantly. Yeah. So let me show you exactly what the curriculum is. And if everybody's telling you about data management and what they are telling you about is not what you are seeing on the screen in that circle, then it's not data management. It's watered down, right? You have to go through this curriculum for you to pass the exam, for you to call yourself a data management professional. Nobody is a medical doctor who only understands anatomy or gynecology. You have to understand everything that is taught in a medical school for you to be a doctor. In 8 weeks, you will gain the full capability of all these things that is on the screen. This program is designed with one goal: to make you employable without writing a single line of code. It is fully practical, it is scenario based. Now, it's not just scenario that we go and get from ChatGPT and we give to you and they're asking your tutor and they don't know the answer, or they're asking ChatGPT to themselves. I mean, I have over 5,000 people in the industry working and supporting them on the field. I've done it for 25 years, so it's not for me. It's not about giving you something and then going to ask ChatGPT for the answer to then tell you that that is the answer. You can might as well do that yourself, right? The same frameworks is used by global enterprises. Every organization implementing data management, this is what they are implementing, and that's what they're going to be exposed to. Put directly in your hands, backed by over 25 years of practical experience. Yeah, that's the curriculum. That's what you're going to get. On the screen there, I just displayed the next cohorts. I'll talk about them later on in case you want to take a screenshot to just remind yourself. Of course, that's fine. Come back to that later on. Now, what sets you apart? I think I mentioned it briefly, but let me talk about it more. Yeah, this is what sets you apart. You build a full portfolio, right? You build everything that you would normally build an organization. Things like governance operating model, DQ framework. You work on, metadata management strategy. You work on the critical data register. You look at AI assessment. You look at all the differences between governance, traditional governance approach, and the new AI governance approach, right? Employers then cannot ignore your, real world experience when you are then being interviewed. This is how you demonstrate experience for your first job, by building the portfolio, which will help you do. Of course, we will also go through interview prep. We prepare you for interview. We show you what a good interview looks like. Again, I've hired, I've hired over 1,000 people throughout my career. So again, preparing you for interview, I think it'll be very difficult then for you not to grasp it and be able to go to an interview and then be able to put together what you have learned, your portfolio, and be able to, of course, your experience. Yeah. I built this program for people who want more, right? For career changers, people who are ready to elevate their life, for those who never learned any coding. Now, if you've been wasting your time like a lot of other people and have been learning data analysis and all those kind of stuff, that's okay. Come, we'll just make sure that we remove that hat and then give you a new hat. Even people who have been doing data analysis for many years, they're jumping the ship because they see that, well, they are in the industry. So they know that organizations are not interested in codes or wanting to fix data before they use it. AI does not rely on data that you're going to be analyzing before you use it to make decisions. There's no room for that. Yeah. This program is developed for professionals wanting global opportunities, people who want to relocate. Many people take the course while they're still in Africa. I have one mentee who recently arrived Canada 2 days ago. He already has 4 interviews lined up for him. Yeah, they take the course before they leave wherever they are, they are to where they are going. And when they land, it's straight to a good career job for them. Right? People who want sponsorship roles, people who want to work remotely. Last time I counted, I had at least 400 people who are working remotely from different countries. Yeah, so why not? For people who refuse to settle, right? People who refuse to settle for less, who just wants to, stay in one place and just get paid. You're not adding any value to any organization. The career is not certain. If that's you, then yes, this program definitely is for you. Yeah. So that's what the program is, and that is my mindset, right? When I built this program, and that's the mindset I take when I deliver it. So I hope it aligns with you, just so that we have the same understanding of what we're trying to get out of this course. This one is not one that we just want to take your money, then 8 weeks, then we say bye bye, and then you can't get a job, and then you're looking around. Excuse me, you know, and then we're telling you that, oh, you can't get a job because you need to do this other course, and no, that's not what we want, right? So of course, time on this health is something that everybody has to account for at some point. So it means that also for me to be sure that you are not just saying that you are ready, you're putting something down for my time. Yeah. So there's an investment that you have to obviously make. Yeah. That investment is talking of £1,000 for people in the UK. In the US is 1,200 US dollar. If you're in Canada, we'll convert to the equivalent. I think the last time for the people that except for the last quote was 1,800. If you're in Nigeria, it's 1.9 million. So that's what it is. The next cohort obviously is already open for enrollment. The seats are already going and they're going fast. We'll talk more about how you need to join, of course, if you want to join. Yeah. So that is who I am, who my organization is. That is what the career is. That is why it is needed. That is the mindset of people that we want to work with, right? And what we want to achieve. Not just come and just do for the sake of doing it. Do it because you really want to get the result. Of course, every year I set myself a KPI, and that KPI is number of jobs that we secure. So I have to meet it. And the only way for me to meet it, of course, it's not just for me to tell you what I know. I have to make sure that you are obviously applying for jobs, you are following the roadmaps, you are getting in touch when you have interview prep, we are preparing you, and you are going to go and deliver it. That's why I call it a trophy. It's really for me more than you, right? That is the KPI, not the number of people that come to do the course. It's the number of jobs that we secure. Yeah. Now, don't just take my word for it though. I'll show you the job market in a minute. But before I show you the job market, I've invited some people. I will unmute everybody's mic now, and I will give them audience. I think I told them to join around 8. I'm not sure if they're here yet, but we'll see who's here. If they're not here, we can come back. Did it work? James, can you unmute now?
Yes, it works now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Fantastic. I'm not sure if Juliet is here. Juliet, are you here? Erumena?
I am here. I'm here,
Okay.
Dr. Adi. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening. You have the floor. So obviously, I've invited you talk about obviously the training, the job, more especially. I think you secured 2 sponsorship roles. So maybe talk about that so people can understand, or maybe give them some tips on how you did it.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. So everything Mr. Ade said is correct. Let me start from before I took this training, I was actually applying for data analyst role and I didn't get a call back. Not even one person called me. I even reached out to recruiters on LinkedIn and they kept turning me down. But when I took this course, and the first week before we even finished the training, I started applying and I started getting calls. So that's how good the course is, and that's how in demand data management professionals are at the moment. And for sponsorship roles, yeah, I think I got a sponsored role, and Mr. Ade and sorry, Dr. Ade. Sorry, Dr. Ade and Mr. James were really helpful, preparing me for interviews and all that. And they also build my confidence. And if you feel you're not confident enough, don't worry. Dr. Ade would speak confidence into you. By the time you are done with him, you will not believe it when you go for the interviews. And yeah, for the sponsorship role, I didn't do anything special really. I just went with all the knowledge I've acquired from the training and using it's more of storytelling basically. Just tell yourself there based on what you've learned from the training. And there are companies that do not even have the license. And if you're so good, they will acquire the license for you. And yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Okay, thank you. So you didn't do anything special.
No,
Okay,
I
that's
didn't do anything
interesting.
special. I just took the training and Mr. James and Dr. they prepared me for the interviews. That's all.
No, that's
So
fine.
I just
Just because
proved it.
I see on social media some people organize seminar on how to get job with sponsorship.
No, no, no. I didn't say I didn't do
I know,
anything.
I know, of course I know that you don't have to do anything. You just have to have the right skills. So that's fine. Thank you. Erumena, I'm not sure if she's here yet.
I just finished speaking, Doctor.
That was
Oh,
a
sorry.
Romana.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Maybe you wanted to see Esther.
Go
Good
on
evening,
then.
Dr. Ade.
No. I think Julia said she's not done. Sorry, I thought you are done. Who was speaking? Was it Juliet?
No, that was a Romana speaking.
Oh, was it Erumena speaking? Oh, sorry. You don't have your camera on. So we said you haven't finished. Carry on.
I said I'm done really. Just I'm done speaking.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry. I'm just being mindful of time. I won't take a lot of questions. So that's fine. Thank you. So Juliet's not here yet. So that was Erumena. Okay. Is Amaka here? Esther?
Yeah, Esther is here. Good evening, Dr.
Okay.
Ade.
Good evening. You have the floor.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Mr. AC, and good evening. For me, when I first spoke with Dr. Ade, I told him exactly what I wanted to get out of it. Because I was in business development, sales. That was my thing, marketing, right? And I just had one conversation with one person. And he told me about this course. It wasn't because I even saw it online. It was actually a referral from someone that had done the course, gotten a good job, great offer. And he mentioned it to me. And I said, me, I don't mind changing things. So as long as it will, the end goal is what's most important to me at this point. And I can always diversify into something else, right? So the person gave me Dr. Ade's number. We spoke and I told him what I wanted. We're going to run out of, our visa in like 6 months. And that was it. So I said, Dr. Ade, I asked him point blank, is it possible to get this thing if I get on this course like now, because I'm really, really interested. I watch a master class on YouTube and I think it's something that I find interesting. I want to go into it. So he said, yeah, sure. If you're also ready to put in the work. So, I got on the course. I started sometime in May, right? Yeah. That was the cohort I joined. And so after joining it, what I would say worked for me well was because I was very, very consistent with the class. I knew what I wanted to get from it. So I never played with, the sessions we had, being active in class. When I had questions, I raised it in class or after. And Dr. Ade is always, always ready to help, which was one of the things I found very interesting, about him and why I could always go back to him. So fast forward to before we even ended the course in, say, July, I'd started putting my CV together, sent it to him to, take a look at it for me. Of course, I was also in a session run by Mr. Asian, and they were just giving us tips on how to get the CVs together. So that was majorly, massively helpful. Thank you for that, Mr. James. So, put the CV together, got the approval. I always, go back to it and tweak, of course. But then I started applying and I got people that would call me, even from my profile on LinkedIn. My picture was not on LinkedIn. No. My picture was not on LinkedIn at all. It was just what I did, where I'd worked. And I realized that, like, data governance is something that is out there,
Data
like it's in
management.
demand, data
Data
management.
management.
Data management. Sorry. I'm so excited because this course, taking this course changed my life. It literally changed my life. And I'm not saying this just because I want people to come on it. See, I've told some people about it, the people that are in my corner, the people I know, get on this thing, do this course. If you know what you're looking for, if you looking for something that will not make you feel like you're begging the UK government for a job or you're begging anybody, to take you on. This is you will own your onions, and the way they're going to train you on this course, you have confidence. And one thing I tell people is, recently someone was asking me that, this your level of confidence. I don't even know. I said, whenever you want to go for interviews, you feel as if you're not prepared. But trust me, because of the level of engagement you're going to have with Dr. Ade, level of engagement you're going to have on this course, it will give you that. You don't even know that you have the confidence that you will eventually have. And then when you start talking to people in your interviews, you just feel like you've been doing it for a long time because you know your stuff, you know what you're talking about. You can back it up. And the fact that you're even going to do projects like hands-on projects, you're able to also talk about the things you have done. So it gives you an edge. And so my own applied to job, I didn't do anything, very, very serious. I just kept applying, and Dr. Ade will always encourage apply, keep applying, don't worry, something will come. And so when the recruiter started calling me, when they saw my CV and I've gone for the interview, I'm at the stage where he also got me sponsored, you know, with that job, with data management. I'm saying it now. I got a job that is sponsoring me, and that is it. And so it wasn't as if I did anything extra. I just listened to guardians. I listened to the people that have done it before. I listened to the people who know what they are talking about. And that's what got me to, And one thing I always appreciate about Dr. Ade is when you go to him for advice, he will come back to you with feedback, always ready to help. When you take some courses and after training, they are hands up. They are not, or hands off. They are not even ready to talk to you again because they've collected their money. No, this is not that kind of training. Because even for your interviews, for the prep, if you need prep, you have someone to go to, they'll prep you for that interview. And that's like a major, major plus for me for this thing. So, I mean, that's my story. And I hope more people, will be successful with this. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. Of course, it's very easy to collect money in the beginning, but when you get to the middle of the ocean, then they don't give up. Obviously, anyone can say they're training anyone. Yeah. And I've told you people it's not data governance, data management. Data governance is only one module. So
Yeah.
if you work, so this is what you learned. You're a data management professional. You cannot one hide. Can't just have one hide there. Yeah. Of course, of course, in your job, you might have a data governance manager title, but it doesn't exist on its own. The whole essence of governance is good quality data. Yeah. So you have to understand quality as well, right? Yeah. Okay. Just so that we don't make that mistake at work. Thank you. So is Amaka here yet? I said 8 o'clock, so maybe she's not here yet. Is Steph here?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So to start off with, just to give some context, so I did the course in February and then I finished around April. And what I wanted to get out of the course was very specific criteria. So I wanted to move out of, doing a BA role, which I've done for a number of years, but I felt like the role was quite oversaturated. It was very difficult to get roles, even getting callbacks, getting jobs was just getting a lot more difficult. I wanted a role that was high paying and also a remote role. So I took the course and I finished in April, but because I was already working a specific role, I was actively applying for roles. And then I decided to focus the end of the year and try and get a role. And it took me only 2 interviews to get the exact role that I was looking for. I think my advice is anyone doing this course, you get what you put in. I don't know how to say it, but the I don't know how to describe it, but the amount of effort that you put in is what you get the payoff of what you're looking for. Always aim high, aim for the things that you want, because it's very possible. I never thought that being able to get a remote contract role, especially so quickly. I think like everyone was saying that you didn't do anything special in terms of, and I was getting a lot of callbacks from recruiters, a lot of job roles, even when, especially around this time as people are struggling to find roles. I've been applying for BA roles at the same time, not get a single callback, but if I was to data management role, I would get that within a week. Yeah, I think probably also what I'd also advise people to do is look at your content. Pay attention to everything Dr. Ade says. When I went for my interview for this role, feedback that I got was
We've lost you. Steph,
The network is bad.
We can't hear you again. We've lost now. Okay. Maybe we'll come back to her. Tolu is in Nigeria. I said, I don't know whether he has joined.
hello. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we
Yes,
lost you at the
sorry.
point where you were going to tell us about your feedback from your interview.
Yeah, sorry. So the feedback that I got was I was very knowledgeable around the data management concepts. I think even it was between me and another candidate, and that candidate was a lot more technical. But when I did my interview, the head of data did say, and the feedback that I got was that he thought that I was very knowledgeable and I would be a great communicator for the business. So, and a lot of the things that I was saying was it was basically everything that I learned on the course, taking keywords, just key phrases that Dr. Ade would say. I would repeat them in interviews. So those are those things that kind of positioned me very well in my interview, and I was able to come across quite well. But honestly, like it's honestly a life-changing course. I cannot recommend it anymore. Like, yeah, I can't recommend it anymore. If I'm being honest, I've told my family about it. I've told my friends. I have a few friends that were able to join the course from sort of my feedback, even though I didn't get a role until a week ago, but that was my choice, if I'm being honest. But yeah.
Thanks, Steph. Thank you. Tolu, I'm not sure that Tolu is here. Is Amaka here now? Juliet? Amaka and Juliet, I said 8 o'clock to them. Maybe that's why they're not here yet. Okay, so let's carry on. I think we probably already heard enough already anyway, in terms of some feedback. I was more interested in the sponsorship kind of explanation, because I think it's very important. So what I want to do now is I want to show you some jobs. Yeah, let me show you some. Let me show you some jobs. Uh, uh, Let me show you these jobs that we're talking about, so you have an idea. Um, so it's not just Mr. Ali talking about it. And okay, so right, we will show you obviously the filters and everything to use to find this job and all this kind of stuff once you join. But I set one up just before we came online. This is not a Berkeley data strategist platform. This is LinkedIn. So this job, for example, is data strategy and data governance lead. Again, the KPI that I'm tracking here is not whether there are jobs. The jobs are there. But I want to show you some stats, right? 1 week, 100 applicants. In 1 week, only 100 applicants. Yeah. So you can see it's not saturated. Let's look at what they are looking for. This one is £650 per day. Yeah. It's a remote job. Yeah. It says as a data governance and data strategy and governance lead, you will experience with governance frameworks, maturity model, leading complex data for facilitating workshops. This is a walk in the park. This is another role here. Again, 1 week, 50 people clicked on it. That means that maybe and nobody has even applied. They just clicked on it. It doesn't mean that they applied. 50 people in 1 week. Yeah. What is this job asking for? Right? Governance framework, design, implementing framework standards, and design stewards. These are basic stuff that you will cover in the course within the first 3 weeks. This is a director of data governance. Again, we have many people who are directors now. We have somebody who actually their first role was a data governance director in the US. What is this director? Define, implement, maintain enterprise governance framework. Partner with business technology leaders to ensure high quality metadata management and master data management alignment. Now, you see what I'm saying? That is data management. You cannot just go and learn governance. This title is governance, but they are saying that you need to understand quality, you need to understand metadata, you need to understand master data management. So imagine going to go and just focus on governance, and you say you're a data management professional, you're not. You won't be able to do the job. Yeah. This is another one here. 3 days, 100 people clicked on it again. Look at what they're asking for. There's no coding here. You don't need Python. You don't need Snake. There's no need for Anaconda, right? You just need to go through the roadmap and framework that we will show you, right? I'm not going to overflog it. This is another one here. This is a chief data officer role, £115 per hour. Of course, after a while, under my mentorship, I hope that we'll start producing people who will start taking these kind of roles, right? £900 per day, £115 per hour, right? Of course, I wouldn't expect you to take the course 8 weeks and go and say you're going to apply for that kind of job, not yet, but eventually you get there. This is another role. Look at the stats. 1 day, 19 people in 1 day, where everybody's complaining that there are no jobs. If you check a BA role or a PM role or Scrum Master role or data analysis role, put it in 1 day, you find maybe 1,900 people. Right? So these jobs are here. Nobody's applying for them. So they are open for you to then be able to apply for. We start job applications by the 4th week. Here, that's when we start applying and start preparing for interviews. This one is for the US. I'm not sure if anybody is here from the US. The US is even a lot more juicy, to use a good word. 1 week, 100 people, right? This one to 2 weeks, 100 applicants in the whole of the United States of America. You know how big US is? Yeah. Posting a job like this, 2 weeks, only 100 people. This is a data governance lead in the telecom sector. One day, 71 people. This is another one here. 2 weeks, 45 people clicked on the job. This is a 250,000 US dollar job. 1 week, 100 applicants. This job is in New York. Yeah. Again, it's there in case you are from the US, or you have families in the US, or you plan to relocate to the US, or you are looking for a remote job in the US, they are available. Nigeria. This year, we placed 3 people in jobs in Nigeria. First Bank invited me in May, 2 weeks, to train the whole of their data team, the same curriculum that they are going to be trained on. So the First Bank is paying for it, and they are seeing the future. I see no reason why you shouldn't. These jobs are in Nigeria, they are there. Yeah, I've invited someone who moved back from the UK. This is a data quality job, data ethics, right? Analytics. These jobs are there. They're also in Nigeria. Research data management officer. Yeah, responsible data officer. This is the AI job, right? Data protection officer. He got a job in the UK, but they didn't give him sponsorship. He packed his bags and went back to Nigeria. And now he's working for one of the big fours, right? Now this one is in Canada. Again, let's look at the stats. Data controls lead, they call it, but it's a data quality job. 3 weeks, 78 people. Yeah. This one is data and AI. 2 weeks, 100 people. Right. This one is a Citibank data quality role, 6 days, 21 people in the whole of Canada. Right. So you can see the jobs are there. Some of you might be interested in contract roles like Steph. They like big money. They are there as well. This one was posted on the 16th of December, 2 days ago. It's 500 to 600 pounds per day. Yeah. There is another one here, 450 to 500 pounds per day. It's an analyst role. Look at what they're asking for. They're not asking you for Python or Snake or Anaconda or any coding. All right. Easy peasy. Very straightforward. Yeah. Now, if you still don't believe all that, everybody believes ChatGPT. Yeah, you all like ChatGPT. So before the session, this evening, I prompted ChatGPT. I asked the question: is data management a good career choice? And the good, old, lovely ChatGPT said, every organization today is data-driven. Banks, healthcare, government, telecoms, retail, this is all where I've worked. But here is the truth, most people miss. Data is useless without governance, quality, ownership, trust. It did not say data is useless without governance. You need to connect it with that Dharma wheel. That's where data management comes in. Roles in demand. These are the roles that I posted. I prompted ChatGPT this evening. I don't think it gives timestamp, but I created my slides, earlier in the week. The same roles, threw it up. You don't need to code to end well, right? This is one of the biggest advantages. Data management is about decision making, policies and standards, ownership and accountability, business rules and control, risk, compliance, and trust. You work with technology, not buried in code. That's why people transition successfully from finance, audits, operations, HR, business analysis. I mean, come on. It's like ChatGPT read my mind. They also gave the same salary, very similar to what I gave. AI makes data management more important, not less. I recorded one video, I think last week, and I posted it. Right? AI makes data more important. In fact, all my videos are centered around this. Right? AI doesn't replace data management. Never. It's not possible. Who's going to prepare the food? AI has to be fed good data. It exposes weak data foundations. AI fails because of poor quality, no ownership, lineage. These are the things that are going to be helping organizations to do. Clear career progression. Yeah. So I don't know what else probably to add or not. I'm not sure whether Juliet, Amaka, and Tolu, whether they are here now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So who's yes? Is that Juliet or Amaka?
Amaka. Good
Okay, you
evening.
have the floor. Good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Amaka, and I'm a BDS alumni, a proud one. So I transitioned. This is my second role. So I work in the housing sector, and for sure, I can tell you that what Mr. Ade is telling you is the truth, because this training has given me a very great opportunity, stability as well, as someone that moved from Nigeria to the UK. And I can tell you for sure, it's not a saturated field, and it's not one that is difficult for you to transition into. And it's one that companies are actually looking for professionals in this field because of the increasing regulations, of GDPR, and then several sector specific regulations that require companies to provide accurate and clean data on demand. So companies are willing to take on data professionals, data governance professionals that actually know how to make sure the data is of good quality and put governance and accountability around their data. So I, for one, was able to secure a visa sponsorship because I mentioned earlier I moved from Nigeria to the UK on a study visa. So this has given me a stay here in the UK and kind of secured my future, that of my kids. So I'm grateful to Mr. Ade, and I'm just telling everyone here that it's not a fluke, it's reality, and you can do it. Actually, you have everything at your doorstep now, and it's up to you to make that decision whether to take up this course that is going to give you that financial stability and a future proof role, because it's not, it's something that worldwide people are actually looking into it, because I myself have checked on LinkedIn, just like Mr. Adi was saying, is a role that is in demand in Canada, Australia, anywhere that if you think it's a lie, you can actually open up your LinkedIn and put data governance or data quality roles, you can see for yourself. So it's a good one, and I encourage you to try it out. Yeah.
Thank you, Amaka. Did you do anything special to get a sponsorship job?
No, it's just my knowledge and the skill I got from this
Okay,
training.
okay. I had someone else spoke before. I asked him the same question. Just that you were in here. You also said that you didn't do anything special. I see some people on social media saying that they are inviting people to a workship where they're going to talk about a strategy to get a sponsorship job.
No. For the things that you talk
Okay.
here, it kind of like when you get a role and you discuss that with them, it wows them. Like they really don't know, like they haven't come across it the way you do it, the way you taught. So it's a good one. They see you as an exceptional staff, and they're willing to retain you. So that's what happened in my case, and I'm grateful to you for that.
No problem. Thank you, Amaka. I'm not sure if Juliet is here yet or Tolu is here, but I want to move on. Uh, we can go back to them later on if you want. Right.
All right,
So,
thanks.
yeah, thank you. Everything you want, yeah, financial security, global mobility, career growth begins with decisions that you make today, right? They say the future is in the past. So whatever decision you make today is what your future is going to look like. 8 weeks can change your entire trajectory. You don't need to code. I cannot overemphasize that. You don't need proud experience in tech. You don't have to have a computer science degree or anything like that. You don't need to know how to write Python, Snake, Anaconda, all those kind of stuff. You just need the willingness to take the first step. And I will guide you every step of the way. Yeah, I'll guide you every step of the way. Now, obviously, I have titled this question and answer session. So, and I've tried to be as quick as possible so that we spend the same length of time that I'm going to spend in telling you and also answering your question, so that it doesn't seem like a sales meeting. So I think we are just about exactly 1 hour into the call. So we have about another hour. So you have the floor now to ask any questions that you want to ask. All I will require of you is just to use the hand button to raise up your hand so then I can give you audience. Although it's a bit difficult because I don't really see your names.
Temi has it.
Temi. Okay. Temi, you have the floor. Hello, Temi. Your voice is faint. We
You
can't really
sound
hear
far
you.
away.
No, we still can't hear you. While we wait for Temi, anyone else have any question? So the next quote, obviously for the UK, you have two options. You can start on the 5th of January. That will be on Mondays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for 8 weeks. Or you can start on the 10th of January. That will be on Saturdays. And that will be 10 a.m. to 12 noon for the 8 weeks. For US people, is the 7th of January, I believe. No, 6th of January. That will be on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. EST, Eastern Time. Right? So you do it in your own time zone. Of course, it's going to be midnight for me. I just will encourage you or require you to make sure that, obviously, it's a lot of sacrifice for me. So make sure that you take it seriously. That's all. Not just pay your money and then you take it for granted. If you are in Australia, right, it's the 7th of January, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. Again, I'm going to encourage you. It's not about just paying money. We're not doing crowdfunding here. We're transforming lives. And we're tracking, the result that we are giving, and the result that we are getting. So we expect you to be able to help us to achieve that KPI. Because just giving me your money is not going to help me to say confidently to anyone that we have over 5,000 success stories. Of course, we are getting very close to 6,000 now. Yeah, because obviously, we hit 5,000 very early in the year. So we are getting close to 6,000 now. So I want to be able to say that, right? You see what I mean? So that's what I want out of it. It's not your money. So I'm going to expect you to obviously do the work with me, working with me. Anyway, there are several options that you can make in, making your investment. You can do bank transfer. If you're in the UK, you can do 2 installments, 500, 500. You can do it by bank transfer. The bank details on the screen there. You can just take a screenshot, make payment, and then reach me on the phone and just send me a WhatsApp message with your payment details. My number is what is on the screen. So your money cannot get lost. So it's not going to be a matter of, where did you pay to and stuff like that. I answer all the calls. That's my direct line. Send me your payment details and let me know whether you want to do Monday or Tuesday. Sorry, Monday or Saturday if you are in the UK. The other thing is if you start with Monday and your schedule does not allow, you want to then switch to Saturday this week or something like that, you can also do that. That is why we have split it into two sessions. It's not to get more people. First reason is so that we reduce the class size. And then secondly is to also give people the that flexibility as well, rather than you're just boxing. We're taking your money. We say, well, Monday, if you can't make it, stop lock. Or we just pack all of you in one class. No. Yeah. So that's the option there. You can do bank transfer 500, 500. You can do 3 installments with Klarna. The link is here on the screen. You can do 4 installments with ClearPay. You just go to the website, obviously choose the data management and strategy course. The link is there as well. You can take a screenshot, enroll with the link, and then select whether you want to pay with Klarna or ClearPay. We will pick up your details automatically from the system, and then we will onboard you to our learning management system. We have a system that will give you access to where you'll be viewing all your videos and everything to catch up after the class. If you want to pay by credit card, then just send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll generate a link to you that you can use to make the payment. The card payment also will be 2 installments. You cannot do 3 installments with card, and you cannot do 3 installments with bank transfer. You do 2 installments. 3 installments on Klarna and 4 installments on ClearPay. If you are in the US, then you can do 2 installments only. You can do either a bank transfer, just get in touch with me. I'll provide you with our US account details. You can do a bank transfer, you can pay with a card. Again, get in touch with me. I'll send you the link. If you want to pay with Zelle,